So in this video, TheQuartering, he basically tries to paint this whole like conspiracy theory that Capcom is censoring its developers and forcing them to like put Jill in short shorts instead of a skirt. And I mean, like, obviously that's just complete conjecture. He has no actual real idea that this is what's happening, so it's pretty reasonable to assume that him and some other gamers are probably just upset that they can't fap to Jill to Jill's panties. Oh, but I have been playing checkers, and TheQuartering, he has been playing 5D chess because he knew that I would be making these arguments. I have fallen straight into his trap. And then on Twitter, some guy he like responded to a quartering post and said that he made this video just because he couldn't fap to Jill, I guess. And then that guy he clearly he stepped into the quartering's trap. He's trapped now. The quartering's got him. And he basically just like made this tweet was like, I knew this would happen. I knew someone would make these arguments. Um, and Then I basically just kind of respond to him saying that in his video he doesn't really provide a counter argument to that argument because he really doesn't. He kind of just like dismisses it in a really intellectually dishonest way because he like there are, even if it's not him specifically, like there clearly are a ton of people that are upset about it because of that. Um, which, to be fair, I probably could have explained that initial position better in my tweet, but yeah, like there clearly are a good amount of people who are upset because they can no longer fap to Jill. And then okay, and so he responds to me, which I'm kind of surprised by because I mean I don't know, I'm like a nobody, but he responds to me and he like quote tweets me and everything. And he's like, and you don't either. That's why people like you are so hilarious. And he says fake big braindism, which is weird. I guess he's like trying to say that I'm trying to be smart, which no, I I don't think it's physically possible for me to come off as intelligent. It's just that's just like a really weird response. I don't really know what to say to that because I'm not trying to be smart. I don't know. That's weird. And then he says that it's a byproduct of watching people like Destiny and Vaush. I don't know why you're bringing up Destiny and Vaush. They literally have nothing to do with this. And yeah, that's why everyone laughs at you and doesn't bother to engage. I guess to be fair, I have kind of harassed him in the past, like trying to get him to debate Vaush, because yeah, I guess I should say that. I mean, I've recently become, I guess, I wouldn't even say a fan of Vaush, but I've recently started watching like some of like clips from his stream, and he seems like an interesting guy, and he seems to want to debate TheQuartering, and I think that would be an interesting conversation. And so I have kind of harassed TheQuartering in the past to get him to debate Vaush. So maybe he recognized me. I don't know. Honestly, this thing is really weird. Yeah, I don't know why he'd bring up Destiny either. Especially considering Destiny and Vaush are like at odds right now. But yeah, that's just a really weird thing to do. But I don't know, maybe he recognizes me from like an earlier tweet where I was like harassing him. Yeah, and so then I basically just point out that I'm not the one making claims about it. Like he's the one making the conspiracies. So yeah, and so then I kind of continue trying to like prod him to debate Vaush. um, and yeah, and I basically just ask him like if Vaush is like a fake big brained intellectual, or if I'm a big brained intellectual. If that's what we are, then Why is he so scared of a debate? Why doesn't he want to engage? It's a fair question, I think. And then unfortunately, I never got an actual argument from him about any of this. Unfortunately, the last interaction that I had was him posting my profile picture, which is fine, I guess. It led to like some of his followers calling me like a soy boy, stuff like that, which is pleasant. And I mean, listen, I I I'll take that. I'm not exactly what these people would refer to as an alpha male, but quartering, you're not exactly an Adonis. Just like, I mean, if we are going to be bringing up each other's looks, um you're you're not exactly a Chad. I don't know if you've noticed. And yeah, I don't think that this is really a road you you really want to go down. And yeah, so basically the quartering, he's just kind of a coward. He's clearly not interested in like any discussion, because weirdly enough, I actually like had discussions with like some people from his community after all of this, and they were pretty civil. We just kind of talked about it, and got some interesting perspectives. There were some people saying that they just want to preserve the original the original design. That's why they were upset. And some people were also upset that it was like advertised, I guess, as the original design, and you know I guess they felt like they were being falsely advertised, although they kind of still claimed that that was censorship. But it's really just false advertising. Yeah, like through these conversations, I learned more about the whole like Final Fantasy VII Tina situation, which I think you actually could make a pretty compelling argument that I guess they were kowtowing to the SJWs in a way, with her breast her breast situation. And so honestly, like that's kind of the thing, right? Like I think that there is a very real possibility that Capcom very well could be just changing the skirt for a pair of shorts in order to kowtow to the SJWs. But at the end of the day, even if I, for the sake of argument, agree that that is the case, my answer is still going to be, so what? It's a pretty minuscule, irrelevant thing. Like, it doesn't affect the game in any way. It doesn't make the game any better or worse. It just doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And the quartering, even if you said that that's going to be an argument put forth, you still didn't really adequately argue against it. So, I'm afraid your 5D chess situation didn't really work out. But yeah, I mean, I had some pretty interesting discussions with some of his own fan base, but not with the man himself. And honestly, I think that it's just because he's an idiot, and he doesn't he's not really equipped to have like any pushback on anything that he says. I think that's why he won't debate he was not ever gonna debate Vaush. I mean, I think he knows that that discussion would just not go well for him. And again, it's not me like being like a Vaush fanboy, as the quartering seems to think I am. He just is scared, and I can just say that he's scared, because if he can say that there's a conspiracy at Capcom. Like, if you can just say that, then I think I can just say that he's scared to debate Vaush. That's factual. It's the truth. So, yeah. Bye.
Okay, so I've actually been misunderstanding this entire situation, and it's even worse than I thought it was. So, I didn't realize what a skirt was. I thought a skirt was just a short skirt, and I thought that's what she was wearing in the original game. And then I thought that in the remake, she was wearing short shorts for the original outfit. By the way, I've never actually played a Resident Evil game, and I haven't played the remake, so you can understand why I made this mistake. So a skirt is a skirt with like short shorts inside of it. And people are getting upset about this, talking about them not being faithful to the original game, when you wouldn't even realize that it was a skirt, except for like minuscule, or except for like certain sequences where in the past you might have been able to look up her skirt, but now you will encounter shorts. That's literally, those are the only times when you'd be able to realize that there's even a difference. I can't with this topic anymore. I can't. Bye.